Zawadi! Anders startled awake at the sound of their mother shouting. He blinked a few times, trying to accustom himself to the brightness of the sun shining through his yellow curtains. There was no response from Zawadi's room, just across from his, and he sighed, slipping out of bed to go shake her awake before their mother decided to do it. If their mother had to come and find Zawadi, the day would not begin well. He trudged across the darkened hallway and banged on his sister's door. Z, unaitwa, he shouted, telling her that she was being called. He heard some muffled groaning from the other side of the door, but not much else. Zawadi he! His mother called, sounding much nearer. Kuja unisaidie. Anders sighed, deciding to just go down himself and help his mother before everybody's day was ruined. Ever since her father had left, Zawadi had been cold and distant with both of them, but especially Anders. She blamed him for their mother throwing her father out. 13 years of doing nothing but drinking mnazi and spending their mother's hard earned money while verbally abusing her firstborn could not be the reason. Oh no, it was Anders who made Mama chase her Baba away. I am trying to start recording my audiobook, and that was a sample of the first chapter. Do you hear that sound, that electricity sound in the background? I need to know how to get rid of it. Somebody help me, please. Because this is the year, man. This is the year I have to get my books recorded. And the cheapest way to do it is to do it myself. Do you know how much it costs to record an audiobook? It costs $300 an hour. Okay, I don't have that cash. Okay, y'all don't pay me enough. Don't buy enough books for me to afford that. So I have to do it myself. I've just been reading, okay, I'm still reading Will by Will Smith. And aside from all the other little gems that I have gotten, is the fact that you don't have to sound perfect on an audio recording. Yeah, I had to go and it decided to start from the beginning. I fell asleep and now I don't know where the bloody recording stopped. I think I was on chapter 19. Anyway, my point is that you don't have to be pitch perfect or tone perfect, and sometimes your voice sounds tired. But it's even better that way because when you're listening to it, it's not like just some robot reading. It's like you're actually having a conversation with this person and he's telling you about his life and what's going on. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the recording and I want to duplicate it in my stories. However, I need to get rid of that, electricity sound in the background. And if anyone knows how to do that shit, please get in touch with me any way you can. Let's do this. Okay, please. Thank you. Today, before I fell asleep, Will was talking about his father's death and letting him go with permission, allowing him to feel like your work here is done, you can go. You did something, your life wasn't useless. And it reminded me of my son yesterday telling me that he couldn't have gone through the dark times that he was experiencing without me. And I was like, I don't know. I think that's a difference between fathers and mothers, right? Your mother is in the trenches with you daily, and you don't actually need to wait until you're on your deathbed to say, hey, I did some good, didn't I? I wasn't just like just an ogre in your life or a useless bloody bugger, right? For mothers, it's like you're there every day. You're in the trenches. They're in the trenches with you, and you can see it, and nobody has to say a word because you both know it because you're both suffering. If your kid is suffering, you're suffering. If your kid is happy, you're happy. And they know it, and you know it, and there's no need for them to tell you that, oh, you know what? You weren't so bad. You help me now and then, or your militant discipline did not traumatize me completely, even if it did, because clearly it did. Literally had to rethink his own life in his 50s. So anyway, it's 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 a very interesting. It's very interesting. The way he narrates it, you can't help but also ask yourself, oh, okay. Now, since I am part of this conversation, what about me? How much of that have I experienced? Can I relate to that? And there's quite a bit that I could relate to, you know, that feeling of being afraid of feelings, of putting your feelings aside because they don't serve you, because you're afraid of them, because you don't want them to consume you and render you um, helpless and useless. So you run away from them, or disregard them. And I definitely also have to do that work, the work of allowing myself to feel things and to experience emotion. Cause yeah, and I can, he's saying yes, intellectually he understands it, but experiencing it emotionally is a different thing. And that's just like exactly, I can just exactly, man, I understand it completely, you know. And there's been times when I just like, you know, my son needs me to be emotional about something, and I can only apply intellectual. I can only deal with it intellectually, not emotionally. And maybe he wants a hug, and I wanna explain to him logically why not. It's a lifelong battle, isn't it? The troubles that everybody has their own, right? And we grow up with them, and we develop these defense mechanisms, and the defense mechanisms work, and you don't 100% want to get rid of them, but you understand that when it reaches a point that you are hurting other people because of your defense mechanisms, people that you love, then you feel like, okay, let me see what I can do. Anyway, this is an unintentional podcast post, so but a very, very important one. It's going to be very long. Cheers. How are you doing otherwise? Let me know.